In this video, I am going to discuss about the radicals, valency, periodic table and writing a molecular formula of a compound. So let's start with the radical. A radical is an atom of an element or a group of atoms of different elements that behaves as a single unit with a positive or negative charge on it. In this, oppositely charged radicals combine to form molecules of a compound. So radicals are of two types. First, basic radical. Basic radicals have positive charge and they are also called cations. All metallic ions are basic radical. Some more examples given on the screen. Next is acid radical. They have negative charge and they are also called anions. Most of the non-metallic ions and groups of non-metallic atoms with negative charge are acid radicals, and more examples given on the screen. Next is ions. Electrically charged atoms or group of atoms formed by losing or gaining electrons are called ions. A molecule of a compound is usually made up of two parts. First part is positive and the second part is negative. For example, sodium chloride molecule is made up of sodium ion and chloride ion. Sodium ion is positively charged while chloride ion is negatively charged. Clear? And so sodium is represented by Na plus and chloride ion is represented by Cl minus. Clear? Now next is valency. Valency is the combining capacity of an element or of a radical. The valency of an element or of a radical can be defined as the number of hydrogen atoms that will combine with or displace one atom of that element or a radical. For example, you know the valency of hydrogen is 1. So, in hydrogen chloride molecule, one atom of chlorine combines with one atom of hydrogen and hence the valency of chlorine is what? 1. Another example like H2O. H2O is the formula of water. So, in H2O means in water, one atom of oxygen combines with two atoms of hydrogen and so the valency of oxygen is 2. Same way in ammonia, one atom of nitrogen combines with 3 atoms of hydrogen. So the valency of nitrogen is 3. Same way in methane. In methane molecule, one carbon atom combines with 4 atoms of hydrogen and hence the valency of carbon is 4. Next is the variable valency. Certain elements exhibit more than one valency and this property is called as what? Variable valency. If an element exhibits two different positive valencies, then we represent it by 3 ways. Number 1, suffix means us. Clear? Suffix us is used for lower valency. Second one, suffix ic is used for higher valency. And third, their valency can be represented in Roman numerals beside their names. Clear? So metals like iron and copper show variable valency. You can see on the screen also. So valency of iron is two types of valency of iron. Clear? Means iron has two valency. First is valency 2 and the second is valency 3. Same way copper has also two valency 1 and 2. Non-metals like nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur, they also show variable valency. Nitrogen and phosphorus show valencies of 3 and 5 while sulfur exhibits valency of 2, 4 and 6. Now relationship between valency of elements and a periodic table. We have already discussed about the valency. So let's discuss about the periodic table in brief because you have to study periodic table in brief. Periodic table is a tabular arrangement of elements in vertical columns and horizontal rows indicating the regular trends in the properties of elements. There are 118 elements known to us. In order to study these elements in an organized manner, they need to be classified. The first attempt was made on the basis of some of their physical and chemical properties, due to which elements could be classified into metals and non-metals. Later on, some more properties were taken into consideration and elements were arranged systematically in the tabular form. The horizontal rows of the table are called periods and the vertical columns are called groups. So let us see the first 20 elements in the periodic table on the screen. Clear? So here given the groups are numbered in Roman numerals as 1A, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A and 0 group. The periods are numbered in Arabic numerals as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Clear? Now, so you will notice that elements present in the same group have same valency, and it also corresponds to the group number up to 4. Means if element has one valency, it belongs to group 1A. If it has two valency, it belongs to group 2A. If it has three valency, it belongs to group 3A. And this continue till group 4. Means group 4 means what? Means element have 4 valency, but this is not applicable for group 5, 6 and 7. Valency of elements present in group 5, 6 and 7 are 3, 2, 1 respectively. Group 0 contains inert gases with 0 combining capacity. This we have discussed earlier also, that inert gas has what? No valency. Valency is what? 0. They are not reactive. They do not combine with any other element. Metals as well as non-metals with same valency show similar properties. Clear? So now let's discuss about the molecular formula of a compound. In this we will study that how to write the molecular formula and what are the significance of the molecular formula. So each compound is represented by a chemical formula with the help of symbols and valency of different atoms present in it. A molecular formula of a compound is the symbolic representation of its molecule. Molecular formula shows the number of atoms of each element present in it, and these atoms combine in whole number to form the molecule. For example, calcium chloride. So how we'll write the formula of the calcium chloride? So the first step is what? First write the symbol, then interchange the valency number, then write the valency of the symbols, and then write the interchanged numbers at their base, and next write the formula of the compound. This method is also called as what? A crisscross method. Take another example like magnesium oxide. So in this, first write the symbols and valencies, then reduce the valency to the lowest ratio, then interchange the valencies of the radicals, and then write the interchanged number at the base. Clear? And then therefore you have the formula of magnesium oxide, that is MgO. Take another example like calcium nitride. For this, first you write the symbols and valencies, then interchange the valencies of radicals, write the interchange number at the base, and then the formula is ready. This is what? Ca3N2. Significance of molecular formula. The molecular formula of a compound, other than saving time, space and energy, also gives us the following information. So the first, it represents one molecule of a compound. Second, the number of each kind of atoms present, means the ratio in which the atoms are present in one molecule. And third, the mass of one molecule of the compound can be calculated. For example, H2SO4. H2SO4 is called sulfuric acid. So through this formula we can find the elements present in it are what? Hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. One molecule of sulfuric acid has 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. So the ratio in which the atoms of hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen are present is 2:1:4. So this is possible just because to know the formula. Then if the masses of all the atoms present in the molecule is added, the molecular mass of sulfuric acid is obtained. So these are the benefits of a molecular formula.